Hi everyone. In this video, I will show you how to set up Kali Linux 2021 in VMware Player 16. So VMware Player 16 is the latest version of VMware Player. This is free for personal use and you don't need a license key to activate it. So to get started, we'll have to download the installer Kali installer from the official website. So head over to kalilinux.org and from here click on download to download the Kali Linux 64-bit installer. So here you see we'll be downloading Kali Linux 64-bit installer. Since I've already downloaded it, I can start the installation process now. So go over to the VMware Player, create a new virtual machine. Okay. Now this will pop up a new virtual machine wizard. So click on installer disk image file and click on browse to select the downloaded ISO image. So this is the Kali Linux 2021 ISO image. This is about 4 GB in size. Open, right? Now you see that VMware Player was not able to auto detect the OS. So no problem. Click on next. In this next screen, we have to select which version of operating system that we are planning to install. So under Linux, select on Debian 10X. Click on next. Then enter the name of the virtual machine. So in this case, I will name it as Kali Linux. Kali Linux 2021. Okay. Click on next to continue. You can leave the location, install location, the virtual machine location as it is. I normally leave it where it is. So normally all the virtual machine files by VMware is stored in the documents folder in the documents virtual machine folder. Okay. So click on next. Now here select the disk size. So just remember that that when we create the VM, so not all the space would be blocked. So as the VM grows, the size of the VM disk would actually increase. So the VM disk would grow dynamically based on the usage. So if so normally I use 60 GB. Okay, so not all of 60 GB would be blocked. Okay, so based on the usage, the disk size would continue to grow. So click on next. Now you see that we'll be asked to customize the hardware or we can finish. So I would go ahead and customize the hardware. So normally 2 GB is enough, but since I have a 24 GB RAM, I would select 20. I would allocate 8 GB to this VM. Okay, so this would actually enhance the performance. Now under processors, I would allocate number of processors as let me allocate 4. Okay, and change the display. So under display, I would check 3D graphics. Okay, and leave the rest as it is. Click on close. Right, you see the values have changed. Okay, click on finish. This will go ahead and create the VM. Now let's start the VM, right? So click on play virtual machine. This will go ahead and start the Kali Linux VM. So now we are inside Kali Linux installation. So let me go ahead and then just increase the size because it is really too small. Okay, so no problem. So again, like click on Kali Linux graphics installed. Press on enter. Okay. Now wait for the next installation screen to come up. Now select the language. I would leave it as it is, English. Continue. Now select your location where you are. So based on this cloud, your clock, the Kali Linux operating system clock would be set up. So I'm in India, so I would select India. So wherever you are, in whichever part of the world, choose that. Click on continue. Now choose the language, default keyboard, um, configure the keyboard language. So I would use it as American English, leave it as it is. So this is the QWERT keyboard, which is the standard English keyboard. Click on continue, right? And then this would go ahead and detect the media and the rest. So wait for the next screen to come up. So this is actually loading the installation component from the ISO image. Now select the no host name. Now leave it as it is. Click on continue. Now the domain name, it can be, so this is, since this is going to be for personal use, choose any domain name. Let me choose example.com. Click on next to continue. Okay, now this will go ahead and create us, and this will, now we have to set up a user. So enter your username. Okay, click on continue. Set the user password. So we'll be asked to set up the password for the user account. Click continue. Okay, now enter the password. So I will enter the password here. Click on continue to proceed further. Now we have to specify how we would want to partition our disk. So this would be guided. Use entire disk. Click on continue. Now again, everything is fine here. You see VMware Virtual Storage. Now again, click on continue. Okay. So again, this choose the recommended one. All files in one partition. Continue next. Right now, finish. But now the partitioning is over. Finish partitioning and write to disk. Click on continue. Okay. Now to write changes, click on yes. Continue. Okay. Now this will go ahead and install the base system. So this will take some time. Let's wait. Now here we'll have to select the meta packages that we want to install. So I would go ahead with large. So with the previous version of Kali Linux, it used to take a long time to install after this step, right? But now everything has been included in the installer ISO image, so it shouldn't take a long time. So you can safely select large and install everything you want, and then we can go ahead and click on continue. Now from here on, this will take some time to install. So have patience and let this process complete. Now that's it. The installation was done. Now we want to install the grub bootloader. So click on yes to continue. So now we have to provide the partition on which we want to set up our grub bootloader. So select on tab /SDA, click on continue and wait for the process to complete. Now this is finishing the installation. Wait for some time. Now after this, our VM should restart, and we should be able to see the login screen for Kali Linux. So the installation is complete. Click on continue. Now this will finish up the installation, and you see that the VM is getting restarted. Now we should see, now you'll see the bootloader, right? So with Kali, just hit enter with Kali GNU/Linux highlighted, and you should see the Kali login screen. That's it. Now enter your login details, the username that you have created, and click on login. So that's it. This is Kali Linux 2021 running in VMware Player. Now let's switch to full screen mode. Now click on enter full screen mode here. And now what we see is that we have already entered full screen mode. Now to see the screen resolution, let's go to settings and display. We see that the screen resolution is 1920 by 1080. So this is the resolution of my laptop, right? Now you see that now we'll have to create a root user. So by default, only a user is actually created during the installation process. Now to create the root user, go to the terminal and enter these commands. Now let's type in who am I. Now this is the user I created. Okay, now enter sudo su. Enter your password. Okay. Now enter these commands passwd root. This will allow us to specify the password for the root user. Now and enter the new password for the root user. Again, confirm the password, and that's it. You are done. Now you should be able to log in as a root user also. Now let me show you that. Let me switch. Now enter root here and enter your root password. Now you should be logged in as a root user. Now let me check who I am. Now you see that I am the root. Who am I? I am the root. Okay. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.